Hello, happy Tuesday. It's been a while. I've been really busy work, getting ready for a trip that I will talk about right now, traveling with my family, spending time with my husband and my kids and doggies. I actually just got back from a trip, which was the National Police Week remembrance ceremony, all of that good stuff going on in DC. So I just got back from that. I landed in DC Friday. Just got back. Literally, I'm in the airport garage, the airport parking lot. Right now as we speak. I haven't even gone home, but I figured if I got home and I didn't make this video, then I probably wasn't going to get around to it. Because as soon as I get home, I want to spend time with my kids and my husband and my dogs. I miss them a lot. So this trip was for my cousin. He passed away in 2021, but he unfortunately didn't make the deadline for the whole ceremony and all of that, so his stuff got pushed out to this year. So we went out. It was his wife, myself, his parents, and some co-workers and a couple other family members. We went out. Friday I landed in DC. Saturday was a vigil. So it was a candlelit vigil. They had some speakers, a couple songs from a couple artists, and then they had the candlelit vigil, which honestly I didn't think anything was going to affect me in any kind of way during this trip. I knew that I had already told myself I was going to be strong. I was going more to support others versus for myself. I was completely wrong. In me doing this trip, it's opened up or picked at the wound that was starting to heal slightly. And I feel like I kind of had to relive it all over again. And I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. Right now, I feel like it wasn't the smartest decision. I am feeling down, depressed, just not good mentally. I'm not in a good mental state, but like I said, I didn't think it was going to affect me as much as it did. Call me stupid, but I didn't. And like I said, I was going to support my family members and try to be there for them and be the shoulder. And it happened like that at times, but not the entire trip. So the vigil really got me. That was probably the toughest ceremony that we attended this week. And we attended two, and we did a couple other things, but that was definitely the toughest one. That hit me hard. So that was Saturday. Sunday we had a free day. It was Mother's Day. I took his parents, my aunt and my uncle, out to eat for Mother's Day, which was really hard for her, and not having my cousin since he was an only child. So we did that, kind of just laid low, kind of recouped because it was a ton of walking in DC. And then that was Sunday. Monday, yesterday, was the actual memorial service, which they read names. They put his wife and his parents got to put a rose into this huge floral arrangement for all of the fallen officers. There was 2,000 family members of fallen officers. Over 400 fallen officers were being honored and represented, and that was really nice. I was able to be more of a shoulder, for that ceremony, if I could get it together. I'm exhausted, so my brain is a little bit slow right now. But it was really nice. And then he's actually in the National Police Officer Museum honor wall, so we got to see his picture. His name is written out for the fallen officers. We were able to go take pictures of that, trace it so we have it, and really, really just honor him and remember him. And since I do dig my emotions down deep, and I try not to bring him up too much, because I feel like others think that I'm supposed to be over it by now, I hadn't brought up those emotions, so it was a lot for me. And really flying back home is kind of when it hit hardest. Just realizing that he's gone still, and it wasn't a dream, and I haven't healed, and I don't know if I'm going to, and I don't know if any of us are. I hope that this weekend he was looking down at us. I know everybody has different beliefs and ideals, but I am a firm believer in that your loved ones send you signs from wherever they're at, when they're passed. And I went to take my aunt and my uncle to the wall where all of the fallen officers had their names inscribed into the stone, and I left them there. I dropped them off, and I said, I'm gonna drive around the block a couple times. I'm gonna let you guys have your space, do what you need to do, give you some time. I was really just trying to cater to them, and so I was driving them around places, doing things for them. And so I dropped them off, and when I went to park, I looked up and I saw a police vehicle, and the vehicle had the cop car number on the far right side, and it had my cousin's exact badge number. I shit you not. It had his number, and my heart sunk. Like, as soon as I looked up, I parked, I looked forward, and I saw it, and my heart sunk, and I wanted to cry so bad. But I was like, okay, if you cry, your aunt and your uncle are gonna walk in, they're gonna see your nose, they're gonna ask you what's going on, and you need to be strong for them. So I held it together. But it was my sign. I felt like it was my sign, and he was telling me he was with me, and he was by my side, which was very emotional and a good feeling at the same time, which is crazy, because you never think that that kind of emotional and happy could be something that is intertwined. Again, if I sound ignorant or stupid, I'm exhausted. But yeah, it was a trip that I don't know if I was ready for, but I did it either way. That's what I do. I jump into things without thinking of the consequences. The only thing that I had thought of prior to was that I was going to try to be strong. And this was more for me to be a support person to my aunt and my uncle and his wife versus for myself. But it really, too, was for me. And to top everything off, after those emotional days, today is the 5-year anniversary of my grandfather passing. So I am a big ball of emotions. Inside, I'm super messed up. It's just crazy. I was not journaling, but your phone has a little notes section. And while I was in the plane, I was just writing down everything that I feel. And sorry, I have a call coming in. Okay, sorry. I was writing everything that I feel and just where my state of mind is at right now. But it was emotionally draining, exhausting. It was nice to see him being honored. And I'll add clips of what I was able to get. I wasn't really trying to vlog anything too much, to be honest with you. I did a couple of things here and there, but more so for my family, so I can send it to those who weren't able to make it. But I'll add those clips to the end of this video, so you'll get to see, how they honored all of the fallen officers. And it was very nice. And that's the number one thing, is I will say that the Blue Line truly honors their fallen officers. And I will forever, with all of my heart, support our police officers, our military personnel, but really, truly, law enforcement has my heart. And I will always do whatever I can to support any law enforcement officer in any way possible. And if you're a law enforcement officer watching this, thank you for your service. Thank you for your time. And to the family members of officers, you are also providing service by when your spouse or your son or your daughter or your family member walks out the door for their shift, your heart goes with them, and you are also out there with them. So you're afraid if they're going to come home after their shift. You're afraid that something's going to happen. And I send all of my love to you. And I pray for you every single day. And yeah, this was kind of a rambled video. Really don't know where my head's at. I'm trying to wrap my head around everything, but I'm tired. And I have been reading the book, my grief book. I have highlighted some passages, but like I said, I've been so busy with trips and getting ready for this one and spending time with the family that I haven't been able to really update my journal and my thoughts on what I'm reading. But I will do that here shortly, hopefully in this upcoming week. But for now, this is what you get, and this is what I'm writing down, and hopefully years from now I can look back at this video and see growth. That's the goal. But I wish you all the best, and I send everyone so much love, or at least all that I have to give right now. And I hope you have an amazing week.
Couldn't save 'em all.